These parties always get a lot more dreadful once they run out of canapes. Ooh, wait, hold on. I think I see a waiter at the far table about to restock. Yes, yes, he is. Those are more spinach puffs. I'm so glad I ate all of those. And, well, I felt rather guilty about that. But I really want more. So, I'm gonna... Excuse me, can you, pardon me? I just need to get... Oh, I'm so sorry for bumping into you. Pardon me, gentle person. I was not looking where I was going. I was overly enraptured by the, spinach puffs on the far table. Care to join me? As you're already here at this table. Catering at these, soirees are always marvelous, isn't it? I can hardly drag myself away to join the other guests. But then again, perhaps the best company in the hall is already at these tables. Am I right? Anyway, I apologize for the continued intrusion, but as we walk, I simply cannot help but notice your splendid outfit. It's really quite something. I must comment on it. The color of your waistcoat perfectly complements your hair, and your shirt and the... outstanding. I cannot recall seeing finer stitching or fabric. It is outstanding. Color is vibrant and playful, yet not garish. It's very nice. Your gloves, stainless, perfectly fitted, not a single wrinkle. And your hat, oof. Man, I can't even begin to describe the hat. It is breathtaking. And I must ask, may I see your watch? It is gorgeous. Thank you. Wow. This right here, this is remarkable. What is this crystal? No, don't tell me. I'll figure it out. It isn't glass. The reflection isn't quite right. It doesn't feel like glass either. Is it amethyst or quartz? Sapphire? No, that doesn't seem right either. If I didn't know better, I would say this is pure diamond. But that is impossible. This would have had to have been cut from one of the largest diamonds in the world to make a watch face. My friend, this is a beautiful piece, and I don't want to hold on to it much longer, because I don't want to drop it, but I have to... Wait, hold on. The movement, it's so smooth. It's like there's not even a single tick in the watch. It sweeps as smoothly as the moon in the night sky. Well, that is quite something you have there. I can't say I've ever seen such a fine watch. I must give it back to you. I wouldn't want to hold on to this lest I drop it. Just kidding, of course. If I may bother with one last question. I realize we're at the spinach puff table, but I have to ask another question. Are your shoes glass? As we walked over here, I couldn't help but notice, like, something that sounded kind of like wind chimes, or like people having a toast. And like, it wouldn't make much sense for people to be having a toast in the middle of a party, right? With music going on. I mean, okay, I recognize toasts happen during parties, but not like in the middle of one, right? That just kind of be weird, like, right? Like for you're just some random guest in a party and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna have a toast now. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Your shoes, are they glass? They look like glass. Can I look closer? I mean, it's kind of weird to like inspect somebody's shoes at a party, but can I look a little closer? Thank you. Wow. Again, I'm gonna say, not to sound like I have a crude lexicon, an inflexible one, but this seems impossible. I mean, clearly it isn't impossible because I'm looking at it just like I looked at the watch, but it seems impossible. I don't see a single chip, dent, scratch. I mean, you can't dent glass. But I mean, there's no divots, there's no imperfections, no scratches, no chips. It's incredible. This must have been quite a laborious undertaking. Where did you have such wonderful work done? And may I have the name of your glassblower? After tonight, I imagine many of this country's wealthiest individuals will be seeking to buy themselves a pair of glass shoes. Your grandmother? I'm sorry, your godmother. I'm sorry, it's hard to hear you over the sound of all this music. Your godmother? Well, she does wonderful work. You must pass on my highest regards and praise for her handiwork. And my business card. You cannot blame me. I'm a businessman after all. Okay. If I may continue to intrude on your precious time, may I have the honor of your next dance? I don't believe I've seen you dancing out yet, and I haven't gone dancing today. Tonight, I should say. And I must confess, I'm not exactly a skilled dancer, but I would still very much like to dance with you. So, what do you say? Oh, you don't dance very often either. May I ask why not? You don't get out much. Well, that is a crying shame. I mean, you have quite the wardrobe. You should be seen in society. I mean, poof. I really can't even describe your wardrobe. I mean, like, the shoes, the waistcoat, as I mentioned, it's astounding. And I'm sure your overcoat, wherever it was checked at the door, I'm sure your overcoat is gorgeous as well. And I mean, gorgeous overcoat, gorgeous person, it goes hand in hand, am I right? Yes, I did. I did say gorgeous individual. Yeah. I'm gonna, skate on past that for a minute and, say, what do you say? How about we dance? May I have the pleasure of this dance? If it's the eyes of the others in this room that you worry about, forget them. Their opinions don't matter. All that matters is that we have some fun, right? All that matters is we enjoy this next dance. I'm sure the musicians will play something simple enough that we can dance to. So, follow me. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Well, it occurs to me we have just a moment more before the musicians start playing, but I didn't ask, would you like to lead, or shall I? Okay, you're right. Okay, just breathe. Everything will be alright. Quick breath in. And out. Okay, here we go. And, don't worry about stepping on my toes. My shoes are not the newest. They'd be alright getting scuffed. Okay. Yes, you're right. We shouldn't invite such things. We should just try our best, and if it happens, it happens, right? Okay. Sorry, did you say you wanted to lead? No? Okay, well, then I shall. Okay. So, here, take my hand, and place your other here on my shoulder. And if I may, I will place my hand on your waist. Thank you. Alright, follow after me. Here we go. Apologies if my humming is annoying. It helps me keep track a little bit. I confess I don't dance very often. I don't often find company that I wish to dance with. Why am I dancing? Well, I mean, I did find you at the best place in the entire party. Food, catering. Am I right? Okay, sorry. Let's focus. Look at me. Alright, you're doing wonderfully. Look, they're watching. Nope, I mean, if that's stressing you, don't look at them. Okay, don't look at me. You look stunning, alright? nobody's watching, but if they were watching, I mean, it makes sense. You're doing great. All right. Ow, ow. That was my foot. But don't worry about it. okay, let's go. Are you ready for a turn? Yes. Simply step out and follow the direction I raise my arm in, and slide your hand along the back of mine. Okay? I mean, okay, that sounds more complicated than it is. I'll push with my thumb in the direction that you need to spin when it's time for you to spin out. Okay. Okay, here we go. Out and up and under and wonderful. Perfect. Okay. Forgive me for talking quite so much while we dance. But I must ask, why do you not get out so much? Your dancing certainly isn't so terrible to weren't hiding away, unlike mine. And your wardrobe is akin to the flat irons of the Rocky Mountains, as perhaps you've heard they're quite wonderful if you haven't been out that way. Well, your stepmother doesn't let you out much. That is wicked. Why not, if I may ask? No, you don't have to. It's quite alright, I'm sorry. Well, whatever reason it is, I am delighted that you made it here tonight. I reckon you gave her the slip, eh? Perhaps with the help of that godmother who made your shoes. Oh well, doesn't matter, but I'm glad you're here. Well, thank you for dancing with me. I apologize that I talked through almost the whole of that. Well, allow me to introduce myself. I am Theodore Henry Aurora. Perhaps you've heard of me or my company? No. I don't know if I should be pleased or if I should have a word with my public relations people. No, it matters not. See, I'm in the airship business. I'm sorry, I'm getting carried away. What's your name? Quite a handsome name, my friend. Forgive me for asking, but are you all right? You look a little pale. Is there anything I can fetch for you? Okay, I can do that. I will be right back. Don't run away. Excuse me there. May I have a quick word? Splendid. I can't help but notice you dancing and conversing with Mr. Aurora. Now, frankly, I don't believe we've met, but judging from your attire and, frankly, anonymity, you are a person of refinement and great wealth. Seeing as I haven't made your acquaintance before, I feel compelled to give you some unsolicited yet very sound advice. I would stay away from Mr. Aurora if I were you. He's bad people. It isn't my place to be specific, but Mr. Aurora is not his real name. He's from a duplicitous, corrupt, and downright criminal parentage. And you know, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Take my advice. Be careful around Mr. Aurora. He's not who he seems to be, or more aptly, who he wants to be. Ah, Mr. Alexander, it is as good as ever to see you, sir. The feeling is mutual, Mr. Aurora, I assure you. May I ask what you were doing with my friend here? Friend. Before I get carried away here. Here you go. I hope this helps you feel better. Now see here, Mr. Aurora, your friend and I were talking about nothing at all. Nothing at all. Naturally, sir. That's, frankly, all you ever talk about. See here, I insist if you are quite finished. We're gonna step outside and get some fresh air. You see, my companion here is feeling unwell, and the air in this room is, frankly, stagnant and stuffy, and it's growing more stale by the second. So, if you'll be so kind as to excuse us. I apologize for that scene, my friend. Mr. Alexander is one of my primary competitors, and I recently outbid him in a bid for a new cross-country airship for the air mail service. Have you read any Jane Austen? This isn't a non sequitur. Trust me. I can't help but see Mr. Alexander when I read the description of Mr. Collins. Oh well. Anyway, you'll have to see the new lead ship for my new airship class. she's quite a beauty. She'll fly by quite soon. If you'll wait here with me, I'll point her out. Wonderful. Thank you. Your company is truly the finest I have found tonight and has, well, it's made this party a lot more bearable. Thank you. May I ask what Mr. Alexander was speaking about and why, frankly, he was there? I see. Well, yeah, Mr. Alexander frequently fails to separate business and his personal opinions far too frequently. However, I'm afraid I cannot refute his accusations. Not sufficiently. See, it's true that I don't come from a particularly moral or reputable family. My parents were failures of investors. They saw themselves as going to rise up in the world, and they took what money they had and put it into the strangest of places. Iron mines, steel manufactories, armories, and strangely, gas balloons. But this didn't go particularly well for them until, well, the Civil War. It presented so many wonderful business opportunities for them. All those proverbial salt mines that they had invested in turned into gold mines overnight. They made a fortune. They sold steel, guns, cannons, balloons, and frankly, anything they could, to both sides. Money made them worse parents than they had been business people. Utterly miserable. But that's the least of their crimes, as I said. People eventually discovered their greed, their duplicity. My parents, however, didn't want to let go of that newfound wealth, esteem, or power. They bribed numerous officials to bury the reports that were found in Richmond, and there was a problem. There was a single, good individual who wouldn't let it go. They were never found again. I don't know if my parents killed them, or hired somebody to kill them, or scared them out of the country, or bribed them. I don't know what my parents did. But it doesn't matter. It didn't matter to them. They were safe. They were safe and sound. No legal entities had anything to persecute them with. They could sit in their new high castle. Fine. Untouchable. Safe from the law. Safe from the law is not the same as safe from rumor, however. It spread slowly at first, and soon it was common knowledge among the more notable people in our country, and even beyond our country. My parents' ill-gained fortune, but also their crimes. Yeah. My parents tried to hide it from me when I was born and grew up, so I never quite understood the jeering of classmates and colleagues and, my peers. It all slid into place. One day, like the gears of a clock, everything snapped together. They were all right. My parents were scum. One night, after another argument, and another reminder of who they truly were, I packed a bag and left without warning, without looking back. It wasn't exactly easy avoiding their hired bloodhounds. And I mean that quite literally. Of course, they hired bounty hunters and those sorts of people to bring me back, but they also hired literal bloodhounds. Who does that? Sorry. They wanted to bring back their heir, as they called me. But they didn't succeed. I got away, barely. I got an apprenticeship at a balloon factory actually. It was one of the few activities that I did with my parents that I actually enjoyed. Going up in the gas and hot air balloons, the Montgolfiers. Seeing the world from that perspective it's different. You know, it's a remarkable experience. You go up into the sky, pushing the envelope of the heavens up as you flex into the sky. Yeah. My apologies. I don't need to get so off topic. Well, to speed things along, I was quite successful. I soon became an employed engineer, and when the owner fell ill, he left the company to me. Mr. Aurora was his name. He was a very kind man. I took his name as a replacement for my own tarnished one, and I endeavored to live as he did, generously and selflessly. Sorry. This somber tale will have to wait for a minute. My airship is actually here. Look, there it is, right there. Look. No, not that one. Not that one either. The one, that one. The one at the top. Yes, the one at the top above all of them, with all the sparkly lights. You see, nobody's ever accused me of understatement. Even if it is a balloon for delivering mail, it should be a spectacle for those on the ground and those up there. You see, it's the largest airship my company's ever made. She'll be able to carry vast quantities of mail and also numerous passengers at the same time. From down here, it might not look like anything more than a ponderous giant in the sky. Like a whale. And perhaps I haven't read Moby Dick recently enough, but I don't think whales are typically seen as beautiful things that frequently. But see, it's not just a big oval floating around the sky. It's something more. I wanted it to look like a glittering constellation drifting above. But on board the airship, it's truly stellar. You see, you can look down from the gondola and you can see all the twinkling lights of the city. Every single window, torch, carriage, street lamp, everything looks like a burning star from up there. And then when you're out in the countryside, you can see everything. You can see the fields filled with buffalo as far as the eye can see. Yeah. Yes, I know it's actually called the bison. Bison as far as the eye can see. And at the nights, you can look up and you can see the true night sky away from the city. The constellations, the real stars up above, shining and glittering. It's remarkable. I pray that we'll never take something like this for granted. This ability to soar through the heavens and pierce the very envelope of the sky. But you see, I dream of one day creating a device that doesn't just press upon the sky's limit, but breaks through it. You see, the sky has this flexible skin, this atmosphere. We press upon it with a balloon, pushing it ever upward. But a balloon can't go higher. We need something different. And I will find it. I will find what we need to go up there. Imagine what the world will look like from up there, wherever that may be. Imagine looking down and how the world will be different. Yeah, you're right. Truly. The world won't change. Just our perspective and our view. No matter how far I go, things won't change. I just have to live as is. Apologies, friend. If you haven't noticed, Jules Verne was a favorite of mine. Apologies, friend. I've dominated this conversation, but, would you return to the table with the canapes with me and have a drink? And perhaps share another dance with me? Oh my, is it already almost midnight? Man, I cannot believe that I can see your watch that well on the deck. Wait, hold on. I know, you look very startled all of a sudden, but I know the time really flies with good company. May I ask what your name is? Wait, come back, please. Wait, I don't have your name. Wow. They even have a fancy personal ornithopter. Wait, I thought that wasn't possible. I suppose it is possible now. I've been saying impossible a lot tonight, haven't I? Well, whoever they are, I'll find them. There. One of their shoes. One of their glass shoes. Fell off as they ran. I will find you, my companion and friend. I will find you. Howdy, hey. This video took a lot longer than I expected it to. For reference, I wrote this script the day after, in mostly the first video I posted, because the day after I posted that first video, I came down with like 100-something degree fever, and in the middle of making tea, my brain was like, steampunk Cinderella, this is a great idea, we're doing this. And I was like, why not? Let's do that. Yeah, and that's where this came from. Also, the semester started. Been very busy with that, of course. It did influence this because I'm taking an aviation history class, and yeah, maybe that was obvious with some of the terms. Like I brought up the inventor of the hot air balloon. Well, inventor in quotation marks of the hot air balloon, the Montgolfier brothers. Anyway, I don't know. Hopefully the audio sounded better in this one than in the first one. I actually did some editing, and I learned how to do a little bit of that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, thank you for watching. I know you have many choices for audios and other videos and entertainment, but thank you for choosing this one. Good night, y'all.